Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood Potato Witch. Welcome to a quick review. So, I'm a fan of simulator games, and yeah, that can include games that involve some monotonous back and forth at times. That can just be part of the charm. So long as the game's got something that's hooking me, I will deal with the monotony in order to keep enjoying other aspects. Which is why I had such high hopes for Medieval Trader Simulator. First off, I do have to say that I was given a review code for this game, so I did not buy it myself. That being said, I pride myself on honesty when it comes to my reviews, and being given a review code does not influence my opinion of the game. I'm appreciative of the opportunity, but I do not lie and say that something is good when it wasn't, or vice versa. The game advertises really cool stuff like a day-night cycle, the ability to set up your shop in a medieval village and trade things to make profits, fluctuating prices to give you the opportunity to buy low and sell high, and the ability to customize not only what you'll sell in your shop, but also what your shop looks like. On the surface, that sounds like something I'd have a frickin' blast with and probably play for hours. Sadly, the reality was far different. I mean, technically that stuff is there. There's even some survival mechanics so that you need to sleep and eat and pee, which is why you start the game with an actual toilet in your inventory. The game starts off okay, with you waking up in your house and getting the tutorial command to head to your shop, go outside, get a tutorial command to bring up the map. Here's the map. Do you see the problem yet? Yeah, relevant locations are highlighted, but not where you are, which means immediately exploring is curtailed, because yeah, simple as this game looks, you can get lost. I did. I'm not that great with maps to begin with, but I figured, may as well see what's out there, and I tried to make my way to the market. I took the wrong road and ended up just bumping into an invisible wall. And then I had to make my way all the way back to town, knowing that the excursion was an utter time waster. So pretty early on, we encounter a trope that pops up a lot in games that pride themselves on realism. Sometimes realism isn't fun. Real-life paper maps don't highlight your own location on them, no, but in video games, that sort of realism can quickly lead to player frustration, and some accommodations ought to be made. Would giving me my relative position actually have been so difficult? So, okay, you begin the process of setting up your shop using the items that are already waiting for you in the shop corner, and it's up to you to set these things out on the table for sale because the worker you've hired apparently is only there to sell things and can't be bothered to unload 5 loaves of bread, 5 potatoes, and 5 sickles himself. That's my job. He just takes the money and looks pretty. So I do this, people come in, they buy things, they leave, I get money. That's it. That's the game. You can visit the market and buy more stuff to sell in your shop, which is where the dynamic prices come in, and that is a cool feature. But travel is overland by foot, so you're looking at a lot of slow back and forth walking just to keep your shop stocked and money coming in. You can eventually sell weapons, but they're not that different from any other item really, so you may as well be selling an expensive potato. Plus, it really doesn't feel worth the effort to go all the way to the market and back just for that. Yeah, that's what Medieval Trader Simulator implies. You're in medieval times, you're a trader. Trading within the confines of a single small town was never gonna be super glamorous, and it would involve a lot of daily grind type stuff. Okay. But really, there isn't any more to this game than what I've described, and there should be. It's dull, and games aren't fun when they're dull. I think what's there might be fine if Medieval Trader Simulator was in early access. But it's not. It's a full release, sold for $19.99 USD, and it's so bare bones that it's hard to not see this as much more than a pretty cash grab. A game pushed onto digital shelves to get some quick money out of curious people without actually providing much in return. The downside to that being, of course, that you encounter everything that this game has to offer well under Steam's 2-hour refund policy. So it's not a stretch to see people buying this, realizing it doesn't have much to offer, and then just getting their money back, which doesn't help the developers at all. So I wonder why they didn't at least provide enough content to make sure that players at least had incentive to push past that 2-hour mark before they grew bored with everything. Medieval Trader Simulator is a game that could have used so much more player feedback before being sold as a finished game. I mean, it has a lot of potential. I can see so many things that will be done with this game to make it really fun. Be able to hire a worker to go to market for you and pick up goods at or below a certain price point, for instance, so that you don't have to constantly make the trip yourself. Be able to craft items yourself, or hire artisans to sell things exclusively in your store. Expand the map and go on excursions to bring back items from the wild, like herbs or berries. Buy one of the disused buildings in town so you can have a fancier home and be able to decorate it with more than a bed and a drop toilet. I saw a review on Steam that suggested introducing animal breeding so you can sell eggs or cattle. There is so much more that could be done with this, but it just wasn't done. And like I said, it feels more like an early access game than a game that deserves to be sold as a finished product for $20. And unfortunately, I can't judge a game on what it might become later or what other people might mod into it. I have to judge it on what's there, and what's there really isn't all that much. I said I don't mind some occasional monotony in a simulator game, but there has to be something to the game besides monotony. And honestly, I'm pretty saddened by that. The concept seemed really cool, I was really excited to play this, and then what I got was something that felt at best unfinished. It's pretty, I mean it does look pretty decent, even if a significant amount of what you're seeing is in the distance and blocked behind an invisible wall. But it's got too little to it and too many small weird issues to make me comfortable recommending it to anyone, at least in its current state. I really hope the devs take reviews and player feedback seriously, because with some work, this could be a great game. As it is, it's as dead as the time period that inspired it.